Donnald Bissett. Dizzy. Once upon a time there was a cow whose name was Dizzy. She was very kind and had beautiful long eyelashes. She lived in a field where there were a lot of thistles, and she didn't like thistles. Often, in the evening, when it had started to grow dark and she had finished eating her grass, she would sit watching the stars come out one by one, mooing sometimes a little sadly because she had no one to play with. One evening she made up a little song. Twinkle, twinkle, evening star, gleaming proudly from afar, send a playmate here for me, send him down in time for tea. And the star looked down and said, Dizzy dear, you go to bed. You are a naughty cow to moo, but I'll find a friend for you. Now it happened that the man in the moon heard what Dizzy and the star said to each other. So he told the star, whose name was Theta, not to worry. He'd see what he could do. He got a bucket and a spade, and an iron tray and a magnet, and he jumped off the moon and slid down a moonbeam into Dizzy's field. When he got there, he dug up all the thistles with his spade and put them in his bucket and threw them away. He was wondering what to do about finding someone for her to play with when he heard heavy breathing some yards away. And who should he see hurrying up but Augustus Snail? Dizzy looked up and saw him too. She was so pleased to see him that she gave him a lick. "Help! Help!" cried Augustus. Dizzy and the man in the moon looked, but he was nowhere to be seen. "Help! Help!" They heard a faint cry, and it seemed to come from inside Dizzy's head. She opened her mouth, and out crawled Augustus. "I like licks," he said. "Small ones, you know." Dizzy was very sorry and gave him a tiny little lick on top of his shell. "Well," said the man in the moon, "you've got a friend now. I'll go back and tell the evening star. I've cleared up all the thistles for you, and you can have the bucket and spade for a present. Goodbye, my dears." Then he jumped right over Dizzy. "One for the nursery rhyme," he said. And sitting on his iron tray, he threw the magnet he had brought high up in the air. The tray whizzed after it. He relaunched the magnet, and they saw him get further and further away towards his home in the moon. The star, whose name you remember was Theta, was so pleased to see that Dizzy and Augustus were friends that she shone as brightly as she could, and so did the moon.